Hello. I know I'm probably I might have messed up a little bit setting up this event. My bad. It's like my second stream through YouTube. But still, I have to slightly rearrange something real quick. I gotta I have to kind of redirect people. Sorry. I am a professional in my own mind, I guess. Let's see, how to do this. I'll tab back in just as I can actually read. How's everyone doing? Everyone doing good? So what this video is about is if you follow my group, if you follow the YouTube and whatnot, we recently last week did a major. I consider it as big as any of Valve's official updates. I based on how much we added, it ranks up there. And basically, I'm gonna kind of be discussing some tweaks that we're gonna be making, and obviously want some feedback. And yeah, I mean that's kind of it in a nutshell. There's certain changes that we will not be able to implement immediately because my dev that was responsible for it, he wants to work on his own stuff. So I told him I won't essentially message him for like this entire month. Unless there's a glitch or an exploit, which we did find. We found something. No, we don't need more meme weapons. I'd rather not. Let's see. How's the best? What's the actual address for this stream itself? I forget how to look that up. Yeah, waiting. I may just delete the. I am just going to remove this. Yeah, I kind of messed up making the event, but I will just delete it. Let's see, events. Oh, you're seeing the preview. Ha! Guess that's fine. Sorry about that. What do you think is the best custom weapon that you have reviewed, or reviewed / made, Matthew? There is no real answer to that. I'll have now events. Is it up? Is it completed? How do I remove? I might just leave that as is because I don't see. Well, whatever. If I mess it up, I messed that up. Whatever. Just close all this. Oh yes, I need to do the thing that I wanted to do, which was move my screens over real quick. I'm looking at the wrong editor. Let's see. What do you feel about TF2 in its current state? So, no, I'm not going to move my monitors around because I am going to mess that up. Yes, I did notice you. I noticed you. So TF2 in its current state. So, I don't play comp. I actually don't play vanilla TF2. I find it's boring on my part because I have 11,000 hours in the game, and I forget when I've been playing. I've at least been playing for, has it been 8 years? Maybe 8 years. And yeah, I mean that's that's the reason why I was like, let's just spice some things up and do this update, or at least with custom weapons. And then I was like, hey, people ask me if I'd ever modify official weapons. Like, that's not what we do. And then I think forcing my way to do contracts during Jungle Inferno, or maybe the previous one, I was like, let's actually consider doing this. And then doing it for the recent one, I just like, ugh with some of these. Hello everyone. Hello Dennis. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. It's just I don't think Vanilla TF2 is too boring. So it's like that's the reason why we added things on weapons that why should we have, you know? But it's just to mix things up, put a nice fresh coat of paint on everything, and you know, make everything feel new, I guess. But that's the one thing with this update is weapons that we changed. We made sure that they followed, you know, what they did before and what they currently do. Been gameplay. I really don't accept. I need to clear up my friend requests. It's just in the past people would be messaging me, you know, or you know, while I'm recording. It's like, do you need help? It's like, well, you know, that was before I set the Discord up. But now if I don't need help, I just kind of throw something in Discord. If you want to like join the Discord, join the Steam group, and you know, and you can kind of do it like that. Dabs, when do you think the next person? I mean, it's been stated, I guess, well, not 100% stated, but I think it's supposed to be the heavy update. So, we'll see. There is stuff, you know, there is stuff that they added. Let's see if I can bring it up. There was stuff added, attributes added in Jungle Inferno that's not used right now. If you did not know this. Let's see. Is it... I'm trying to think. Spun up. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. This was added, which is not used. Spun up _ push force _ immunity. Immune to push force from damage and air blast while spun up. That's not been used right now. I don't think this attribute works because I wanted to use it, but it might be almost there. But you can kind of look through. There's several air blast stuff that's not in use, but they added. But yeah. Valve give you the weapon stats. Well, what we did? No, they had nothing to do with this. All right, I guess I'll kind of start what I wanted to do, and kind of go, because like I say, all these have been kind of greenlit by my other admin, which let me actually see if he's actually online. Friends, let's see if Royal's online. I like his input. Now he's away, so he is at work. New stat. Oh, you're talking about the push force? That was my idea. That's actually what we planned on putting on the Brass Beast. But then I found out that it wasn't seem to be work. I couldn't get to work depending on what value I set it to. So I was like, it might be incomplete for now. And that's my guess. But yeah, that's what I was assuming probably for the Brass Beast. Alrighty, so pretty much what I'll be doing is, so there's a whole bunch of stuff like all this that I'm gonna try to go through somewhat quickly, and I just want to get some input. Like, this was pretty much okayed by my other admin that I you know, I appreciate his feedback. And like, he's okay with all this, so I might basically want some additional tweaks. Because that's the thing, our update, it's not final. It's just, you know, we want to further make it better. We'll not work on a new weapon. It's just basically, again, this stream's about additional changes on the official weapons that we changed in. Because again, we did over 600 changes. If you count up every single one of these tick marks here. Even if we're just changing a number or switching out one penalty for another penalty, that's still a change. And you can, if you add all those up, including the class changes, including these overall changes, it's nearly 600. So it's we were working on this for since the planning started around June last year, and then planning went all the way down to until pretty much August when we released this, and the coding took about 4 months. So a little bit into April, I think. But yeah, so pretty much this is what the stream's pretty much going to be. I didn't screw up like the. I know we need more. I do need to make some more custom edibles. Don't know if I messed that up. That's waiting for me, but it's like. What is the? Is it just? I guess it's just custom. What is the actual stream name for this? I did screw it up a little bit. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I do need to make some more custom edible. And yeah, you're gonna hear a double repeat. Okay, so copy that. Okay. So that didn't. Okay. I need to like figure out. Sorry, head over to. All right. Alrighty. I'm not going to be really answering like favorite classes or whatever. I mean, this is what the stream's going to be. Just me talking about these new tweaks that we're going to be doing to the changes that we've done with official weapons. That's pretty much it. Like, I'm kind of going to do this regardless how many who is here. Because again, this was okayed by the other person, my other admin that's good at talking about our tweaks, and that's pretty much what the stream's going to be. I'm very easy on just blabbering my mouth a lot, and you know, yeah. All right, so pretty much the first thing is I'm unsure about this, so this needs some feedback. So the change to the beggars, which I need to do a lot of like copying and pasting so I can like bring up the stats right here. So the main change to this is that it no longer you're more on the ground, so it has a less rocket jump height. And someone mentioned, hey, since you have 40% less rocket jump height, should you also have 40% less rocket jump damage that you take? Since you do little jump, you should also take only a portion of that damage. Is anyone against that idea? This was an indifferent between me and Rail. So I was curious if anyone else likes this idea, if we also add this to the beggars. This will be a slight buff on this, even though I think we made the beggars better. But the main part that we added was the smaller rocket jump. Because it's like, beggars is on the ground, it's on the ground barrage, airstrike is in the air barrage. That was the reason why we added this negative. You stay on the ground with the beggars, you stay in the air with the airstrike. So is anyone yay or nay with this idea? With the I gotta check one other thing as I like look for responses. So wait, did this actually? Sorry, I had to like. I said did do that. Okay. Well, oh well. I messed that up. Whatever. Second stream. There's the chat. Like no one's tapping. So I don't know if like, you know. I'm sorry, I'm not entertaining. Do you need some music? There. Thank you. No, it's not Cyclone. I can't pronounce it. Well, Meme Jesus, that thing we're adding is technically a buff since we added this nerf right here. Might do it regardless. But yeah, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here to do is on some on the fly talking and whatnot. I don't know if I can keep this. I don't know if I can edit this and like start it where I started. I don't know. We'll see. Again, I have streamed on Twitch, but here is you know. Yes, well, no. Karma promoted me initially. He actually wanted to make a server for weapons, and I kind of already had it started. So I already did the work, part of that work, so you just help promote and whatnot. So is anyone, like I say, this, I don't want to cut this, I'm not being mean, because this was my first, I might need this regardless, because like I say, I've, the couple times I've streamed on Twitch, I never gotten more than 10 viewers. I don't know if it's just my tone of voice, how this is presented. You know, I don't have the whole music thing. Heck, I don't even have a fancy like HUD system thing to help keep people attention. And I just need to probably do it regardless, because like I say, most of this we'll probably be doing. I just want to be like, yeah, we talked about it. It's like on the stream here. So that's what I mean. Like, I just, you know, I don't want to be changing stuff and people don't like it. Well, it's like we did a Q&A. Like, this is what I'm here for. I don't know. That's the thing, is I don't know the best time of the day, because again, it's I don't know if this was really late or early for certain people, or if I should have waited on Saturday. I don't know, because based on the time, the based on the time or the month, school shouldn't be a thing. I mean, you know, I think it's a good idea because it would not make sense to get punished for rocking. Yeah, true. That is very true. So I think I'm probably gonna be doing that. All right. Next thing. So we won't get anywhere. Yeah, 40%. It's just high enough for you to get on certain roofs, but you have to sometimes make sure you're still crouching when you land to actually get on like the lip. All right then. All right, we'll move on to the next thing. So, so head system. So I remember there was a combination where from the Bargain Bazaar, Airstrike, and Islanders, that if you kill one of the other classes, you don't, because I believe this was brought up in a after breakfast video, and I was like, oh yeah, but I remember that the video, or there's an image that he showed that apparently got a response back from Valve, which is intentional, which was, so I'm debating about making, so apparently, Bazaar Bargains, they can't steal heads from the other combinations, but if one of these guys kill a Bazaar Bargain, you do get whatever amount of heads that the Bazaar got. So what I'm debating about is adding it where Bazaar can steal heads. So basically all three can steal and gain heads. So like, because you know, hopefully you notice that we did do some nerfs on basically damage on sniper rifles. 4 times multiplier instead of a 3 times multiplier, but like a full power body shot does 120 now. Because the reason why I went over the argument with my staff is, you know, if you do a quickscope headshot, you can kill 5 of the classes, and if you do follow that up with a body shot, then you kill everyone except a heavy, for 200, unless a soldier has a battalions. So, or if a Demoman has like 3 heads, I think. So that's the reason why we changed it. But we gave him utility. We gave him like the cozy camper stuff. Gave him the better version of the wall climb. We made him where he doesn't move as slow as aiming. So we, we gave him buffs there. But yeah, so like Bazaar, before we planned the sniper rifle changes, we was actually going to add a nerf to the Bazaar, which is a 25% slow reload. Because the thing with the Bazaar, if you can do those 150 headshots, then you can easily get heads with this as long as you kill light classes. So that was the reason we was initially going to add the reload penalty. But since we added the sniper rifle changes, currently the Bazaar technically doesn't have any changes. So this will be technically a buff. This would be a buff towards it. So it's like, what's someone's thoughts about this? But yeah. Thoughts? I ate too much sour candy yesterday. My mouth is like that, that raw feeling. Ugh. ate some candy because I'm fat. I gotta eat this. I gotta eat my candy. But it's so good. Sour Skittles. Can't go. Alright, back to this. So if anyone's thinking about any response on this Bizarre Barking, I don't know what the thing is like. Thermal thrusters. Maybe. I don't know why there's any way to actually custom through the custom weapon plugin be able to. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I think the reason why they thought this was intentional was so like, because if you 150 headshot or with a little charge, you can very easily from a distance kill someone and steal their heads. But I think since we've nerfed the initial headshot damage, I think it would be fair enough to allow this. Let me scroll that up just a little. There we go. No. There you go. Who's typing? Someone's really debating. Someone's just been typing for like a good solid like maybe 2 minutes. Like you're just whoever this is, you're just gathering your thoughts. So okay, so I get this right. If you kill one, if Bizarre 1 kills Bizarre 2, yeah, exactly. I mean, currently. Yeah, I mean, if Bizarre bargains, technically, if a Bizarre kills another Bizarre, you only gain 1, regardless. But if the second Bizarre bargain sniper had, say, couple, the first one would gain the +1 initial, obviously, for killing, but then also steal his. That doesn't happen. But if a airstrike kills a Bizarre bargain, besides the +1, he also steals all of his other heads. I think the reason why Valve did this on purpose was because you can do this somewhat safely, from a distance. But again, since we nerfed headshot damage, or at least the initial, I think it's fair enough to. I'm not going to repeat so far. We're pretty much we're right here. Bizarre. I need to keep that highlighted. That's where we are about Bizarre bargains being able to steal heads, and they can only gain but they can't steal. I think we should. Again, everything you see was okay by my other person that trusts. So I'm not adding something where it's like, oh, I didn't tell you about this. Ooh. You would leave it? Oh wait, as in don't change it. I'm curious. There's one sniper rifle buff I was debating about doing, because there's two things that dictate sniper rifle like ramp up or whatnot, which is like there's like that little quarter second when you scope it before it technically counts as a headshots. The thing you said, I don't know what you're talking about. Cyclone? Are you saying leave it as is, like Valve-wise, or implement the change? Sorry. Anyway, so that there's like that little quarter second before you can actually, before it counts the headshots. I was debating about removing that, where it's like if you can quick scope, boom, you get it. But then the other change was, sniper rifles, the damage doesn't actually start scaling before about 25% of the charge then starts scaling. It's not hurting anymore. Is that part of the yes? You have to kind of gain your jumps. I'm gonna get to a little buff towards that, but just down the list. So in general, the couple people that are responding, which is fine. No problem with it. Yeah, I just want. Sometimes someone might come up with one additional little thing to mention. So, alright. So, on to the next thing is the Solemn Vow. So, the thing that's going to be reducing. So, the one new stat people don't... the couple people that I've seen on the Discord. Just remind, we have a Discord for, for custom weapons, suggestion, new ideas, and discussion. And we have another part of that, which is for official weapons. Same thing. Also got a Steam group. Got sessions for custom weapons, official weapons. So Solemn Vow. So the main thing a couple people don't like about is this right here, is that anytime you're hurt, enemies are able to. I guess I need to say enemies are able to. I need to change that wording. You know what? Yeah, let me do this. I'm not gonna update it here, but I'm gonna update it here. All enemies are able to see. Okay, there you go. All right. So the thing is kind of hard to how you can't. It's hard to describe how it actually happens. So it uses the same system as the new thing we added to this, which is the whole, whoever you're healing can see enemy health. It's like you have to look directly at them, kind of what the Solemn Vow does for medic, or because medic just does that now in general. But the thing is, like, anytime you're hurt, it's like if someone's near you, it doesn't pop up on your screen. You have 95% charge. Like you have to be looking at them within. If someone sees you directly the next 3 seconds, it will show the percentage. So what I'm debating about doing is, since a lot of people don't kind of like that, I was like, how about we'll decrease it from 3 seconds to 2 seconds, widen the window out. I mean, or shorten the window a little bit. Let's see, Rome, what were you saying? So you have the control to change. Yeah, I do. Do you want to see? Because right now this is not going to be public for a long time because I had to pay for this. I didn't really get any. I did not get any form of new. I did, but it was not enough to qualify. But I really did not get any new support for this update. So I had to pay for all of it, and it was not cheap. So if you're curious, those are all the the source codes for the update for each weapon. So yeah, it's a lot. So anyway, so does anyone have a problem? This will technically be a buff. Was it maybe it should be damage based? Oh, that's interesting. But the problem is, how would that scale? I feel like it could go longer than 3 seconds, depending. So I think just making it just a flat 2 seconds might be a little bit better. Yeah, Rome. Wow, there was, out of the 600 changes, almost 200 are custom elements, as in attributes that are not in the game. Like remember the list I just showed you, or on that website, like, it's attributes that are not actually in the game. Like they had to be coded to make it work. Anyway, since I'm not seeing any really talkative about this, I guess we'll be fine with this. And I guess I'll go ahead and move on. I'm just curious. When I say ping, can you type out the word ping in the chat? Because I'm curious of the lag. So whenever you hear it, just say ping. I'm curious. So ping. Guh. And Zyklone. 1.5 seconds. There is a small delay. So when you look at the enemy, and even for the patient part, if you look at someone and then move your mouse away, it will stay on your screen for I think it's 3 seconds. Oh geez. Okay, there's one ping. I'm curious about the next one. Okay, how long that was? Yeah, that was kind of long, but I whatever the option I did the option so it's like the best quality, but like so it would maximize the lag or the distance. So, which is fine. Anyway, so both these have that same system. So like as long as you look at someone, look away, it will stay on their screen for 3 seconds. It's just so like you can kind of be able to keep looking at them and not having to like keep, it wouldn't be like flashing or whatever. So yeah, I think I'm probably gonna decrease the timer for the hurt to 2 seconds. Yeah. Alright, so next is... Okay, so that's just a... So, the Claymore. Yeah, it does seem to be about a 30-second delay. But that was fine. Can the running gloves urgently not do the health drain? Then what would be the trade-off of getting free movement? So you don't see a reason for the quality. I'm just seeing stats, or do you mean audio quality? That is true. Can I... Wait, let me see if I can change that even when the stream's happening. Wait, where is that? Oh, wait, sorry. That's actually on the web. That's actually on YouTube. Let me look real quick. I don't know if I can change this when it's happening. If it's just text, I can just, you know, not a big deal. Let's look real quick. Live streaming. No, wait. No, that's stream now. Go back. Okay. Stream. Is it stream options? Okay, so yeah, I can't change it unless I am, because there's normal latency, low, and then ultra low. And by default, it's like is the middle one. But I guess I could have done low. Well, sorry. There'll be like a 25-30 second delay. Anyway, all right, so we're going to move on. So Claymore, just a bug fix, or it's about blocking ammo packs when you charge. It's a weird thing about how because Claymore made it. We moved the thing from the Persian to the Claymore, where it's like pick up ammo packs, recharges your meter. There's a weird thing how meters work. This will technically be buffed. Trust me. All right, the next one is... All right, so this one, I gotta know... I was like, why... This is the same thing about... Okay, so if you didn't know, Gas Passer, strange reason, naturally, the gas effect, not the fire from the gas effect. So if you see someone on fire and you throw the gas pass around them, it will extinguish them because it uses the same type of system as the Mad Milk and the Girardi. So, yeah, you can use gasoline to put out fires. Okay. Side note, so that's one reason why we added that if you extinguish, you can restore health. Reason why it's 40, because you don't get as often as air blast. So then I was thinking, wait a second, thermal thrusters. The thing that you could, or, you know, I actually need to add the wordings. You can put out flames, because that wording is not technically mentioned on the weapon card like naturally. So that's what I'm going to be adding is extinguishing teammates. Should it restore health? And I was gonna do 30 instead of the 20, because it is it's in between. Like obviously air blast, you can do it more often, but like Gas Passer, you know, even though we made the recharge, like as long as you do your job, you can, you know, get it fast. But this is like every 15 seconds, so yeah. So it looks like that's a good choice there. Also, we're giving Pyro so much survivability. Basically. Well, I guess it's mostly, you know, he has 2 secondary weapons that if you want to be able to heal yourself instead of just having raw damage. Well, like this is kind of damage, but you know, flares. You can't beat the power of the flare gun, even though, yeah. All right. So the next thing is, so this will be another soda pooper. So a soda popper. So some pluses and minuses, but in general, what we had done, so what we did was like, when you activate hype, you gain full air control. Alright, so, Temple. I would say just go to our, actually, here, I can actually type this. Oh, I gotta, oh, geez. I actually have to go back over here. I need to sign in through that. Wait, can I not sign in? Wait, sign in. Sign? Can I type? Can I? No, come on. I want to say something in the chat. Yes, your messages will. Wait, sign in. Do not. Whatever. I'll do it through the website or through YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I would say you need to probably head over to our wiki because there it also states. And hopefully no one's like waiting for me. It's like, sorry. Okay, good. I'm muted. There you go. There's the wiki. Yeah, the red tape. It technically got some buffs. But I'm not going over it here until at the end. If someone in particular wants me to explain a reason, because I'm trying to do what, you know, it's what's said in the title of the video or the stream. So the soda popper. So like I said, besides adding the air control, like I say, if no one's experienced full air control in TF2, geez, it's crazy. But then we added a thing where, well, because this was kind of moved off of the baby phase, and it kind of fits this because like soda popper it's all about the jumps now. So guess what? So when the hype is not activated, anytime you double jump, you remove hype. And so right now it's like 20%, and I think we may be reducing it down to 15, maybe 10 at the minimal. So that's kind of but yeah. So that's pretty much change on that. So I'm curious anyone's thoughts. Now I gotta like wait 30 seconds. Yeah, I definitely need to. Don't know. It's hard to tell if I have frame drops or not because it's just text. I will come in a few. Oh, I mean, I'll just wait. I think there's something down the quick fix. Yes, there is one thing about the quick fix. So if no one really has any problems with this additional change that we'll have on our servers. Remember, these changes are up right now. It's on our 2 testing servers. We have an EU and a US. It's already up. Okay, so the next thing, like I say, there is sadly like a 30-second delay. So if someone happens to mention something about the weapon I was just on, I'll go back on it, no problem. So Discord is. I just realized, are there actual? Can you make bots through YouTube? I know you could do it on Twitch. I actually don't know, but I'll just paste it. Not a big deal. I'm not advertising my Twitch. Just side note. I'm not gonna link it. Yeah, there you go. You gotta like say that and be like sound nervous. I'm definitely not promoting it. Oh god. Say something. There's the Twitch. I mean, there is the Discord. Anyway, all right. So the gas passer. So this is more of a bug. Actually, that's more of a bug fix. That's not important. This will be technically a buff, which is so the black hole / quick fix. Right now, there's. I didn't think about this, and we tested. I was like, oh, they are not interacting. Currently, since the quick fix technically says grant immunity from like moving impair effects. It's currently it's not. We're gonna be fixing that. Technically, this will also. So the one thing we did to heavy. So we actually had to do some nerfs on the class changes to heavy, like after like the first day. And hey, Temple, this is not about Smash Bros. Even though it looks pretty cool. Got word called a crocodile. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so like I think what we had to like nerf like on the first day was we gave heavy a thing where it's like you got extra healing. I mean, bonus healing from all sources. That's just his thing. And what was the other thing? I have to look. I'll just drag over the Discord. Let's see, official weapon change log. Yeah, I removed that, and then in the trade, the bonuses, we made it where it's like he naturally does 25% less push force from damage and air blasts, and we try to add something for medic that might get removed. I'm unsure, but basically it grants that accelerated overcharge rate. You know how like before, you know how overcharge rate stops being fast, like once someone's fully overhealed. Or like for the quick fix, or before the vanilla version of the quick fix, it just has that accelerated overcharge rate. That's what it kind of gives any metagun. Stickmaster. Yes, don't worry. I think you brought that up, and I have it saved. That is most likely going to be put into a custom weapon. So. Don't worry, I saved that. I have it on one of my text files that I saved. So, but yeah. Anyway, gonna fix this. So this will technically be technically indirect nerf to the black hole, but technically a buff towards a quick fix. This is more of a fix. So the next thing is that so this was something that I completely forgot. I may need to look up. I might need to do a control find on kill. Make sure I didn't forget. So the flog. So a lot of the. Look at all these changes to the flog. Look at that. Look at all those. Look at those. Oh, so many. Let's see. Nice back. Okay. So the one thing I'm gonna be adding is this will be a slap buff. Because I had a streamer on SkyMim, if you follow her, and noticing she wasn't getting oomph whenever she was getting kills, and I was like, oh shoot. Right now, the way you get oomph is you don't do it through damages, but it's like if reflecting projectiles, if you extinguish teammates, and on kill. What I forgot to include is on assist kill. Because right now is, let's see, there's a percentage. Like, you get 20% on kill, 10% when you reflect, and 5% if you extinguish. So, pretty much going to make it where if you do an assist kill, you get 10%. That was like a brain fart. I just forgot to mention it. I'm actually going to do something. So, on kill, let's see. Because usually you have to look this up with because all that's custom, and, yeah, let's do this now real quick so on kill. So on kill. I'm just looking to see if there's any on kill, like some type of meter-ish type of thing. If we forgot to another weapon, if we forgot to include a on assist kill. Okay, so yeah, I'll get to the Atomizer. Liberty launcher. That doesn't matter. Yeah, flog. Parts, so those don't matter. That doesn't matter. Maybe that. I'll bring this up with rail. Oop! I'm gonna lose my space. Oh, where was I? I got things. Feel free to look. I'm just going to move this up. I'm not going to talk, but feel free to look at some of these notes that I'm going to be bringing up with rail. Here, let me put the words of that. All right. Which is, I got to say Natasha. So, on kill, 4 seconds. Oops. And then, whoop. On assist kill. Whoa, that was a thud. 2 seconds. 2 seconds of the area of effect slowdown. Sorry, let me keep looking. Is there any more on kill? I don't want no two layers. Because some of these do need 2 layers of on kill if it's assist or not. Some of them don't. Okay, so that will not get 2 layers. That won't get 2 layers. Let's see. Okay, that's all of them. Okay, so let me go back to the flog. wonder if anyone on average is on the. I wonder if anyone on average says Phlogistinator, the whole word instead of just flog. What is that? I'll check the TF2 updates after this live. Oh wait, what? Like, this is community. Like, this has nothing to do with Valve. I'm just making sure, Rome. Like, keep that in mind. Okay, so that's all right. So we're good there. So the next one. So this will be all right. So this kind of goes with this assist thing. So the Atomizer. I don't know if whoever talked about the Atomizer about changes or not. If you're still here, hopefully you are. So so you said that there it is. So the main reason why we changed this is because to kind of bring it in the middle of the current vanilla version and the previous version before Jungle Inferno. I can kind of see why people thought this was overpowered, because if you don't have it out and a scout randomly does a third jump, you're like, oh, he apparently has the Atomizer. I mean, once it happens, boom, an enemy will know. So that's one reason we added this new interesting perk, which is anytime you jump, even if it's just a normal single jump, you'll still get the poof, the particle above you at your feet. And that was one reason we added that. But yeah, so what we was gonna add was which I saw the suggestion on the Discord. That's the reason why it's good to join. And I'm like, you know what? We'll do that. Because this is kind of a rework of a custom weapon that we have. It's still on the servers, but we have a custom weapon update that, depending if we get, I'm going to be having to request new supporters, and I'm going to do a new like $1 tier on our Patreon, and if it doesn't change, plus if how well this update keeps our servers going, this custom weapons update that we have planned probably won't happen, and this might be, I might be done with this. I don't know. So it's a lot of diminishing returns, basically. Anyway, so this is our version of the Atomizer is kind of a rework version of a jump action shotgun, which was a scatter gun, which was like on hit you gain jumps and you could infinitely stay in the air. A little unfair. Like, we buffed it to the version that we currently have, and like the before version of that one was very like crap. But so it's almost like, how would you have a very underwhelming weapon or a not a crazy strong but much better than it should be weapon? That's what we kind of had to go towards. But yeah, so the suggestion that we had gotten, which was basically, so on kill with any weapon, you gain one extra. You can have up to 10 jump store, and you can use them at any time. The weapon does not have to be active. So on kill with any weapon, you get 1 jump, and on hit with the weapon itself, you gain 2, which would technically mean if you kill with the Atomizer, you actually get 3. It does the plus 2 plus 1 at the same time. So what the suggestion was, what if on assist kill you get +1, which would mean that the on kill will actually get bumped up to +2. So that's the buff. I noted that I want to try to remove the disabled double jump. That penalty right there, it's kind of a thing because there's a weird bypass happening to allow these extra jumps, and this might just be a byproduct that it's just required. Let's see, I have an idea for this weapon that gives effect when holstered. They should have a visible holster on the. I don't think it's possible. I remember that was the same idea for the Overdose, because the bonus we added, I believe, was from After Breakfast, which was the whole while healing, or basically your Uber percent charge while healing, it gives you and your heal target move speed. But it's like, if you don't know that you're have the weapon, you should maybe it should be holstered. That would only work if Valve implements that. I don't think it's possible for us. So, yes, we kind of violate that rule of giving bonuses that you don't see, but we're making sure they're not crazy strong bonuses. So, they're not like the item sets. Like, some of those the old item sets were, really strong. They're not at that level. So, anyway, all right, so the next thing we're gonna be doing. So, okay. The black hole. So, boy, the Cowmaker has been used a lot. So the changes of the cow mangler. So the main changes was that you move a little bit more doing the charge shot. What's your Game Banana? I don't have a account on Game Banana, so anyway, so charge shot move a little bit better. So the main change was the alt. Oh, we did add a new negative, which is, you know, because there's no real penalty to use this. So yeah, I mean, if there's no NGs, that penalty does not come into play. You know, if there is no medic with Kritzkrieg, that does not come into play. So there's no constant negatives. That's the reason why we added the less knockback. That is definitely a negative, especially for soldier. So black hole. So pretty much, you know, doesn't do afterburn, doesn't do the increased damage. The mini crit is just still has the disabled buildings, but does the dark hole. I mean the black hole. So the main changes that we're gonna be doing is that the if you do the alt fire, it will not do any damage. So it's going to go from the mini crit down to no damage. It's just going to be the control, like focus, and then have other teammates come in. Because the problem that I've seen that is brought up is if you get hit even by the splash, and you get hit by like what 50 up 80, I guess, depending how close it was, you only have to follow that up with, you know, one other, just reload once and fire, and you can pretty much kill lot classes and whatnot, and that's kind of cheap. So that will be implemented, but sad part is that won't happen immediately. That will happen, but not immediately. This one is just a quality of life. Hopefully, we're gonna make it where, because right now you can shoot the black hole into the spawn, so hopefully you can make it if it enters spawn, it won't cause the suction. Hopefully that can work. This one will be implemented. So the one thing that's not mentioned here, which I'll include, a couple of these weapons have a little, like, let me find one. Here it is. Like for the bison, like I note, like I do these little notes. I will do this for the black hole because I don't really mention of like the specifics of the black hole. So like the specifics of it is that the actual suction, like as long as you can move more than 295 units, most people travel at 300. So anyone who moves less than 300 are pretty much stuck there. So anyone who can travel more than that, like a medic, you can slowly escape it. Soldier can't rocket jump out because you don't have enough force with rocket jump. You can sticky bomb out if you can survive it, or if you have the sticky jumper. But the thing is, the actual radius of the suction, it's actually 50% larger than a normal rocket. I'm going to be nerfing that down to 25% larger. The one thing is the radius of the enemy, I'll read your comment in a second, LP. The disabled building thing is actually, I actually nerfed that because it's actually 25% smaller than a rocket radius. That's the reason why it says right here, any enemy buildings near the center. I specified that you have to aim kind of close. Yeah, so those are the three planned. I'll probably add some new notes here so to qualify like the suction amount and the radius. So what was it? I personally think the black hole is a flawed concept completely. It should get a new alt-fire altogether. It makes... I know, we were trying to figure out, because the thing is like the current alt-fire, what's the point of it? You know what I mean? You might as well shoot 2 or 3 rockets, and you have an extra one. You don't have to reload, all of them. So that's the thing. We'll see. One other thing we could do is maybe also slightly reduce the duration of the suction. Right now it's 4 seconds, the same as the disable. If one soldier cannot permanently keep, based on the reload time and the time to do the charge shot, you really can't keep them, continuous. But yeah. I just want to hear some more thoughts. I can understand LP. I can understand. This was like one idea. I forgot where the black hole idea came from. Oh, I remember. This was actually based off of plugin that it just gave any rocket launcher this black hole effect just on attack. So my dev took that as a base, remade it, and then into this. Because this was actually going to be a custom weapon. It was going to have like no primary fire, only the just the alt fire. I knew I knew the exact model that I wanted to use. It's like not a Death Star thing, but it's like it's a very older model, but it kind of has looks like a saucer, not a saucer, what's it called? Brain fart. Not a radio tower, but like the thing that's like the dish. Oh, I guess a big dish. I guess that's it. I can't think of the right word for it. That's what it looked like on the front of it, where the quote unquote rocket would come out. Receiver, something like that, whatever the word is. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do to kind of nerf these two are not gonna happen immediately. That might be in the middle of next month, I would say. But the radius, yes, that can happen. Yeah, that'll help. Alright, guess I'm going to go ahead and move on. Again, feel free, there is like a 30-second delay. Again, you can feel free to talk about something I just talked about. I can go back on it due to the delay. Next is the TNT pack. Let me see, my deal would be the Alt-Fire becomes the Righteous Bison projectile, but bigger. Ooh, The bigger thing won't be possible. There won't be a visual. Because the visual for the black hole is, I believe, the monoculus. I believe whenever he does, he disappears, like the teleportation, that's what that particle effect is. I don't know if that would be possible. But yeah, alright. Sadly. We'll go and move on. So the next change we're going to be doing, so Demoman. Hey, look, it's Junkrat. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to leave it. The plugin that this is based off of was modified by the same person, because it was what we use is a modified version. It was modified by the same person who's trying to have free time to be a dev for us. So modified by the same person, But the base plugin was released 2 months before Junkrat was revealed. So technically, Overwatch copied us. Black Hole, that's a newer plugin. So yes, we copied Zarya, but technically this. Anyway, well, the charge shot is an alt-fire. No, yeah, that's the charge shot. Hello, old retro. Just not how much? Let's see. Not a whole lot. Basically that. But I'm just gonna move on. For anyone who's just joining, again, if you follow this YouTube / follow Discord and the Steam group, we did a very massive community update that modified official weapons. It's nearly 600 changes. Nearly 200 of that was custom elements that was made through coding. And we're just talking about these on the left side out here is just changes that we're going to be implementing, some new tweaks, and I just want some kind of new feedback. These have all been kind of okayed by one of the admins that were good talking back, brainstorming ideas. He's fine with all these changes. I'm just kind of running it through whoever wants to join this live stream. I'll probably do at least this type of stream every 2 weeks, or at least whenever we have a next batch of tweaks, after testing things out and whatnot, and kind of go from there. So that's kind of what you missed. Alright, so the TNT pack. So if you didn't know, where did I grab? Oh, there it is. So I guess I got to add new notes here to specify. So if you didn't know, we made it so every class, we made sure, so beforehand, certain classes had abilities, basically. Like Scout can double jump, has +1 capture. Medic has his health regen. Let's see. Technically, Soldier and Demo does have blast reduction on themselves. Technically, Pyro can't be lit up except through the gas passer. So they all, they all in general had abilities. So we basically added abilities to all the classes, and we made sure that this section right here, full new stats, this little section for all of them felt somewhat even. But yeah, so what we added for Demo is that anytime he dies, he will kind of poop out a TNT pack that does explode. Right now, it's on a 2-second timer. This is the one thing is the numbers for this, we had to make sure that this did not feel like a cheap death. So keep that in mind. The radius is, I believe, 143 units, which is a explosion radius. And the maximum damage is 50. So pretty much what we're going to be doing is just buffing it, because it just doesn't seem quite good enough. So long story short, going to bump it to 65, possibly 75. Basically, this is supposed to be melee damage, and there might be a chance we might be buffing melee. Just right there. Just there's some numbers. Whoop, right there. But that's for later. We're trying to do math, but basically this is supposed to be like a melee hit. So that's what we're going from 50 to 65. Radius has been doubled, so this is pretty much double a. I don't know. I believe it scales down to half. Like if you get hit by the edge, it will do half of this. So, but yeah, so that's the changes. I don't know if anyone has any problems with that, or if anyone has any thoughts, feel free. Let's see, comment. Yeah, Paranormal Activity. I don't care for it. Where can you play this? It is on our 2 testing servers. Which you know what? Actually, if you go to the wiki, which hopefully I can easily repaste this. If you go to our wiki, that is not what I wanted. Wiki. Oh wait, copy that. If you go to our wiki page, all of our IPs are at the top. Oop, if I can scroll up. Right there, and they are on our 2 testing servers. So there's the US and then there's the EU. You don't have to do a command. It's just, well, there are 3 commands. There's like /weapon info / class info / wearable info, most as in boots and whatnot. And it'll tell you whatever that you have out if there's changes for it, or you can just have the wiki out. But yeah, there's no equipping. It's just these aren't custom weapons. These are server side changes. Like you kind of have to use them, you know. But you know, everything's supposed to be is pretty much. I'm hoping most people are like neutral or positive about the changes. That's the only thing you can kind of aim for is like neutral or positive. But yeah, so it's not grenade Okay, so it looks like I don't see any real problems. So I'll go ahead and move on. Okay, so the Iron Bomber. Oh, was this? I don't remember if this was certain. I know the person who suggested this. I don't remember who it was. I don't remember if it was Dabs or if it was ULP. At least you were there. So the Loch-n-Load. So wrong weapon. Iron Bomber. So the main thing we added is a new thing where Iron Bomber has kind of always been a mix between okay, thank you. It's been a mix between a sticky bomb and a grenade launcher, because you can kind of make traps since they kind of sit on the ground or they don't move. You can kind of make traps. So that's what we kind of did. We made that better. Thank you that you're loving these changes. We took a lot of time. We took over a year to the planning and then whatnot. So we didn't rush it down and just see what hit the wall and be like, yeah, we'll do this. No, we planned and yeah. Anyway, so what we added was that anytime your grenades are next to each other, they will auto detonate. So if there's 2 next to each other, the first one that goes off, it will auto detonate the second one. I think you might be able to do you could probably do 3 of them. I don't think you could be able to fire 4 because of the fuse time. But yeah, let's see. I can try to get both the wiki. Spies out. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, that's your options. You can either just do those commands on the server or just have the wiki out. So, anyway. But the thing we added was that it now does less damage on direct hits. Doesn't affect, like, the damage from, if it's on the ground or not. But the problem is, I'm just going to call you LP because I can't pronounce your first name, the other part name. He suggested, so the thing is, right, you can still kill, like, so 2 hits will do 180. You can pretty much kill every class. The one thing you can no longer 2 hit is like a soldier. So that's one problem. But the other thing he brought up was that you can no longer one-shot mini sentries. I guess as long as it's fully built. And I was like, well, crud, you're right. And he brought up an interesting idea, and we kind of like it, which is that direct hit. So this would be the new negative. So instead of the damage penalty, the new penalty is that direct hits do not cause splash damage. So is anyone really against that idea for the Iron Bomber? So pretty much, so the new pause would be have a little bounce and roll. They detonate when they're next to each other. Faster fuse. Faster fuse times, less explosion radius, and then direct hits do not cause splash. That means if you hit one person, even if they're the other enemy's right next to the person, only the person who got hit directly would be taking damage. The other person would not take any. I do like that idea, because that's the thing. As the 30-second lag or delay catches up. The thing is, like, penalties. You can only do was it fire rate, reload, damage, clip size. Those are like only the 4 unique penalties you can do without thinking outside the box. Well, I guess explosion radius, basically for explosive damage weapons, but we kind of already did that because the 15% explosive radius, that's there to actually balance the auto detonate grenades ability. That's there to balance it, so it's not as easy to throw out 2 or 3 and then auto detonate and boom boom. That's there to keep this positive in check. So, like I say, is anyone against? Is anyone against or have any thoughts on about this switch? I think this will be actually more of a nerf because damage penalty 10% is not much, but they're not doing splash. Woo! Depending how many people you hit, that can technically add up, where it's like technically higher than 10%. But that's still situational. This one's a guaranteed 10%, so it's kind of hard to tell. That's how you really have to think outside the box about these changes, about like how would this really impact, Let me see. All right, I gotta look at some real quick. I can't hear anything because my sister has turned off my internet. I'm just kidding. I gotta look at something real quick. Does this not auto delete the vent that's made for this? Like, it's like, here it is. It's just kind of like it's waiting for me. It's like it's an hour past. I don't know how long these comments stay. I'm like, sorry. I'll figure it out for next time. So, let's see. Only some people can talk. Really? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm kind of going through regardless, and I'll make a tweak if someone happens to mention something. I'm like, oh, that's. So, all right. I guess I'll go ahead and move on. So. Do you have something to do with the buildings? No. We did do one buff, which was we're not dead, but it looks like you're the one who's dead. What kind of? Well, I know I'm kind of in between waiting. I guess I gotta always talk because there is like a 30-second delay. But I do need to I gotta mess with my settings. I apologize. Sorry. Yeah, buildings. So buildings, I'll go to Angie real quick. So I did buff one thing. Well, there's 2, but one of them's not. This won't be tested for now because this actually. So this wasn't Wait, what? Wait. Did I not include it? Oh shoot! I did not include it in the notes. It's in. No, it is in. Like, if you do the command. But I did not. Oh shoot! Well, it looks like I need to add it. I'm not at it now. I can't edit right now. Well, I forgot to add it. Well, basically what we did was we added by default dispensers are 50% larger than the default size. If we think that was too big, I was gonna probably go as low as 25. But yeah, I did not include that in the class change. Well, I guess that would have been the PDA. I need to include that in the PD. And I didn't. What? Why didn't someone not catch this? Did someone edit this? I wonder if someone edited this. Nope. View history. I gotta see this real quick. Nope. Okay, then I just accidentally called it a. I accidentally called it Southern Hospitality, and I didn't rename this. Well, I'm going to leave myself a note. Oh, I need to just remove all this. Let's see. Fix wiki. NGPDA. Include. Like I said, this is noted on the server, but this is not noted on the wiki. And I just forgot. I will misspell dispense. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Range. Okay. Anyway, all right. Where was I? Arm bomber. Minigun. Okay. How do community updates? Now, hopefully you're not talking about community updates with mine. This is just kind of something I wanted, and just. We did this was officially announced, at least for through YouTube and on Steam, on January the 1st this year, and we did like 5 public meetings through Discord, and we definitely made some tweaks, and but yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the actual like some of the actual official community updates, I have no idea. They basically have to be very big, and they just catch Valve's eyes, and like, ooh. Let's see. Game was not good. Put a specialty skin for dispensers. Oh, yeah, you saw that right there. I know it's supposed to be medieval mode, where it's like this was not back in the day, but I'm like, NG's kind of useless in that game mode, So. This has technically not been coded yet because, yeah. Like, this is like, and zappers is the only thing that's not, but I'm like, we'll mess around the mode later, but like, we plan to add this, but it just hasn't been made. I don't think that's possible. Like, adding skins, like, doing custom building skins is a pain. Like, that's the reason why we had to remove our custom buildings, because they had some problems with it, so. Okay, so this is actually some important stuff. Some actual buffs. So, heavy. So, we did some shifting around. So, in general, so miniguns. We kind of nerfed miniguns. There's lots of all these greens. There's some minuses. Like, this one probably counts as almost like 3 of these. Even though there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say 3, 4, 5. So it's almost like split, but some of the more important things is like Heavy's move speed is the same as Soldier, so he's like 3% faster. But he's this, he now has 400 health instead of 300. Can't be overhealed though. So the idea is, and so we made him more tankish. And so we removed some of that DPS. If not put, that could, yeah, Luna, you're right. Yeah, anyway. So in general, miniguns, it's like, what we did was like, they're 50% more accurate. The spin down, like as in like letting go completely, like when it goes back up, it's a little bit faster. All miniguns now have a 50% damage resistance. Brass gets 30. That whole like damage resistance below half health that's on the brass base in Natasha, those have been removed. You move a little bit faster, just naturally when aiming, which that does stack with this one. So Heavy does move better. We did remove the whole penalty they added, which was like the whole spin up thing, like accuracy and whatnot. That's there because of the main negative that we added, which I'll get to. So the negatives that we added to the miniguns is that base spin up time, instead of like almost a second, like 0.87, we actually increased it to 1.5. It takes longer to actually spin up. We're trying to encourage like shotgun usage and like melee usage. Like this better encourages shotgun usage, and then for melee it kind of does, but also the fact since we made it where heavy naturally has 30 or has sword range melee bonus just for heavy, that's to help encourage melee usage. But the other thing we added, so this is what we're going to be removing. All right, hold on. So this technically counts as like 3 negatives. So you now shoot 10 bullets instead of 4, but you have an overall 80% damage penalty because if you shoot more bullets, it's more damage. So my note here is that originally, if you tap, it used to do 54 damage at point blank. It's been reduced to 28. So the actual DPS currently. So this is the other negative. So this is what we're going to be removing. That miniguns fire 25% slower. We're going to be removing this because currently default minigun has a DPS of 200 at point blank. The vanilla minigun has a DPS of like 500, like 510. The reason why it's that high is, hi guys, hello Ben. So the reason why it's that high is because of bullet spread and like damage fall off. But now since miniguns are like, has like accuracy is like twice as good. The damage could obviously go down to compensate for that, and So like I say, so by removing that, that's going to increase DPS to about 250 at point blank. So the one problem that we've been noticing is heavies have been having a hard time not really staying alive, kind of that, but also killing people. Let me see. I think removing the spin up down completely. I think removing that spin down time completely would increase weapon switching, since you can use your gun. Yeah, that's what. Are you talking about this positive right here? About making where you can do this a little bit faster, I'm assuming. Speeding that up a little bit. Yeah. The faster this is, the faster you can switch to other weapons. That's the reason why the Tomislav got the bonus, which I'll get to because there's a couple of changes to Tomislav. But yeah, so that's the main change to miniguns. Like this goes down to all miniguns, just removing this fire rate penalty that we did add. And then if we trickle down to the other miniguns, so Brass Beast, we'll be removing or reducing the damage bonus because we did up it. It will be 30 instead of 50. This does increase because let me do this real quick. So let's see. So Brass Beast at DPS of 300, our version, and the new version, so 250 now is the base, so times 30. So Brass Beast will actually have more damage now, even though we're reducing it pretty much. So that's the change on the Brass Beast. And if we go down to the Tomislav. Methamine was already. Oh, okay. So the Tomislav. So apparently we made it, especially with all the new accuracy changes and whatnot. It's apparently still one of the better-ish miniguns. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's kind of the auto, basically. So the changes to this, the Tomislav is I will be decreasing the accuracy. So right now, miniguns are 50% more accurate. The Tomislav is 50% more accurate. So the way you actually do the math, so this is how I actually do it. So here's 1.0 is like default accuracy. So miniguns are 50% more accurate. So times 0.5, 50%, which makes it 50%. So the way you do the math for the Tomislav, it's all multiplying. So times that by another 50%. So technically, the Tomislav is about 75% if you compare it with the vanilla minigun. So we're gonna drop it down from 50 to only 33%, which will actually make it it'll make it about 33 or 66% in total. So it's gonna be a little bit less accurate. So that's one nerf. The other nerf is we're going to be increasing the fire rate penalty that's on it from 25 to 30. So here's the thing: before we did these minigun changes, we were already gonna plan to increase the fire rate penalty from 20 to 25%. That was going to be already a thing, but we're going to make it even slower. But to buff it, which I'll read some people's comments in just a second. We're going to be increasing the bonus because we added that it also has faster spin down time. So we're going to increase this to 50. So here's the thing. I don't have it noted here, but the vanilla Tomislav, so it's spin down or spin up. So remember, miniguns are 0.87. So times what was it? 20. So times 0.8. So Tomislav could start firing after 0.6, almost 0.7 seconds. And since we increased the base spin up time to 1.5, currently this only makes the Tomislav fire after 1 second. It is technically faster than the miniguns, but if you look, it's actually slower than the vanilla version. So that's what we're going to be doing is we're going to make this kind of similar to the vanilla version. So 1.5 times 0.5. Oops, I did not do that right. Times. So the new spin up time is going to get increased to 1.75. So it's going to be close. But the spin down is it's going to be fast. Spin down is 0.75. So if times that by 1.5, so it's going to be able to spin down in like a third of a second. So okay, let's see comments. My idea, not for the for someone said instead of the slowdown, which people find unfair to play against, give a speed boost for head. I've seen that. You know, I can kind of see that deal. Like instead of slowing someone down so you can catch up to them, you just go faster. Well, the problem is that's kind of what one of our custom miniguns does, is like while spun up, you kind of naturally, you don't have a move speed penalty. So like that kind of already does that. You know, kind of. Yeah, I'm unsure. So, let's see. What do you think? Whoa, Luna. Wait. Think what you want. People are starting to, you might be, probably talking to someone else. There is a heavy thunder. I don't know if it's gonna be uploaded. I'll probably do it unlisted for now, and I gotta see. Again, this is my second stream through YouTube. I've done a couple through Twitch, and I kind of understand. I kind of got that down over there, but over here, yeah. Anyway, we'll see. So let's see. So, I'm just talking about these changes. Due to this overall minigun change, I gotta tweak these numbers for these miniguns. So for the Hulong, we're actually going to remove the 10% base penalty because we believe that the ammo consumed is more than enough like penalty. But the one thing I'm debating about is that I did not bring this up with Rails, so I got to mention it here. So I actually thought about what if so make this like make the penalty about the Hulong is all about the ammo. Luna, what server did you go to? Did you go to the main server? Hopefully you went to the testing server, which has like which on the IP is a 9 at the end. Those have like very little things to download. Those don't have models. If you went to any other of the servers, you're downloading a lot of stuff. So my guess is you went to the main servers. So you might, I don't know, if you wanted to go to the servers that have these changes, you have to go to the testing servers. So anyway, thank you Matthew. Yeah, don't be messing around. Like, I don't want to. I mean, I could try to figure out how to, ban people or whatever, but I don't want to do that right now. So, so that's what I'm debating about. Is anyone kind of against this idea? about, while it's not active, you can't get, ammo from dispensers. Because I was like, maybe let this be the theme about this weapon, about its penalties. It's all about ammo and whatnot. Because that's the thing is like, if you're next to a dispenser, that penalty becomes negated. And with the new heat system we added, which is like full penetration bullets, we catch people on fire. The thing is, if you know about the thing we added to fire, which if I scroll up here fast enough, fire now is like anytime you're on fire, you get less healing from all sources now. So like it's a way for the Hulong to spread this new debuff. So I think the ammo thing might be a good idea. It would be fun to Hulong. I know about the fireworks thing. I think it would probably do as a custom weapon. Since I don't see any real problems with possibly adding it, I'll still bring this up with Rail, and we'll probably do that. So the last change that dealt with the minigun changes is the second banana. Going to be reducing that bonus damage down to the 30, because the idea is, it's supposed to. If you use the second banana with the default minigun, it's supposed to kind of temporarily turn it into the brass beast. Or if you use it with the brass beast, it just stacks, so you do a lot more damage and like damage resistance stacking, but you move slow. So hopefully that makes sense. So okay, so next so we're kind of winding down here. There's not too much left. So the Overdose. Okay, so the main changes is that so right now this does not stack with the Vaccinator, because we made it with the Vaccinator you can no longer overheal. So this does not stack whatsoever. So you can almost use this and have no penalties. So we had this thought: what if instead of this, what we're going to be adding is a minus 10% heal rate. Oh, you're Mr. B. I call someone LB. Yeah. Let's see. If you want some of my changes, I brought them. Tell me. I still have them stored. Are you talking about the changes to official weapons? I would probably, if you have a lot, I don't know if you want to put that into like a paste bin, and then link that paste bin in our Discord underneath the custom weapons related, like in the ideas tab, and then you can discuss that. And then it can be discussed there. If it's for official weapons, if it's for custom weapons, that's not what we're doing. Not what we're talking about here. Well, modified weapons, close enough to custom, right? But anyway, so because the idea for this one, because the thing we added, which is the whole like the move speed increase thing, that was from After Breakfast, and let's see, yeah, what was it? Actually, I will backtrack because there is like a 30-second lag, or yeah. Can the Ring of Fire be? Yeah, oh yeah, thank you. That was actually something I wanted to note on that. Yes, Mr. B. Yeah, be sure to just put that on the on the Discord. If it's a lot, maybe put it as a paste bin, or if you can put it into one single post. Like do it as, or if you want to post it not in paste bin, like do it in as many few blocks as possible. So if you're able to paste that all into one message or two, to go and do that, and either I'll notice it, maybe Rel will notice it, or anyone that talks in the Discord, we can discuss and we'll see. Because this will not be the last like discussion about these newer tweaks to official weapons. So. Yeah, thank you. Who said that? Not a funny person. I actually mentioned that. I was like, be great if there's a way to like, there won't be a visual, I don't think. I'll have to see if there's any particle effects that are like some type of fire. That might be the closest. If not, it'll just have to be it won't be a visual. Where it will put I'll have to test to see how big the actual radius of the ring is. And basically, most likely it won't be an actual circle. Like if the radius of the fire ring is like say 450 units, which is like a banner. Whatever that number will be, it will be half that radius of what will be this invisible sphere around the heavy. Just so if there's no visual, so it will be fair enough. Yeah, let me add that note right here because I actually forgot about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna pronounce your name. 14. I can't pronounce. Yeah, just if you head over to our wiki, it's basically yes. Long story short, it's a lot less hype lost when you're damaged. You can double jump now. You don't lose it, but the main thing we added is it's constantly draining. It's about 2% per second. It's not noticeable like crazy, but it's enough where it's like if you want your speed, you need to definitely be tagging, And then the other negative is that when you're doing the objective, the boost is disabled. It's not lost. It's just so you can run to points or run to wherever you need to. Then you move really slow because of the base move speed. Then when you get off of it, boom, you get it back. So I would say yes. I think we removed the clip size. Wait, did that have a clip size penalty? I don't remember. That might have been the backscatter. So, oh yeah, Hulong. S. Why'd I say? Okay, the S is right next to the letter D. So, anyway. So add, I'll just call it Orb of Fire effect. I'll know what that means. I actually forgot to note that. So, yes, there is a Sandman buff. I would say go to the wiki. We changed almost every weapon except for like 9. Like, do I have it pasted? Let's see if I don't think I have it. I don't have it. I don't think I have it saved. Do I have it saved? Yes. Just head over to our wiki. You can look for yourself. Was it please fix the animation? There's no way to fix that. That is no, we can't do stuff like that animation wise. So alright, let me go back down where we are. Alright, so again for the overdose, the main idea of adding this positive of the healing, increase thing, the idea is, you can help teammates get up to where you need to be faster, but they may or may not be at fully overhealed. That was the reason it was overheal build rate. But this is the same thing, but it's a small constant negative. I did note on wearer because I'm gonna hopefully make sure it does affect the amputator taunt. If not, it'll just be for secondary. So I realize. Luna, like I say, the Calamangler isn't, well, it's a good way to get the NG, like that, Alright, so, next is the quick fix. So, we might have overly buffed it, so one thing we're going to do is, our initial plan for it was that it was just going to give a speed boost for both people. But then the other thing we was actually going to do is, instead of a 3-time, where is it? Instead of a 3 times multiplier for the heal rate, I was actually going to do 4. Because I have my reasons, because of out healing, if you get hit with certain sources. But instead we went for the conch effect, because if you want to get a lot of healing, you'd have to earn it. But we noticed that this seems a little too good, especially since we removed, like, you can get full overheal. We thought that, along with the conch, it definitely gives an extra cushion of health. So what we decided to do is pretty much we're gonna be removing the life leech, so it's just gonna get the speed boost. Because we think just the extra overheal is more than enough to, like, use a black hole to get away from the buildings, and then kinda. All right. Next thing is, that's technically a nerf. Next is technically a buff. So, the Homewrecker. Something that was shown off in the trailer video, but like I had notes several times, these aren't the full stats. Don't assume we're just stacking on top, no knockback and like less sentry damage. No. So what we removed was the damage penalty that it had. So what it's all about is now you just take more damage from all other sources except sentry bullets. That does count for sentry rockets. Like, the main thing that counters the Homewrecker is a level 3 sentry, as long as you don't get hit by the rockets. This will essentially almost one-shot you if you don't have any overhealing. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to slightly decrease it from 50 to 33% bonus damage, because the problem was if you get hit with like a meat shot with the shotgun. So instead of 90, you would take 135. So yeah, I mean, if you get hit twice, yeah, you can, even if you have full overheal. Yeah, see, you can get meat shot twice. As long as it were both meat shot, it would kill you. So yeah, we're reducing it to 33%, which would bring a shot. Ooh, jeez. Which will bring a meat shot up to 120. A little less, you know, but it's a buff. Because these numbers are like the 50%. It feels good. If it's a level 1 sentry or a mini sentry, if it's shooting you the entire distance that it sees you, you are able to kill it, but you have like very little health. But that's the thing. If you're hit by anything else, you'll get hurt and it'll kill you. So it's about right. Let's see. Does anyone think that the pyro sharks? Yeah, I mean, it's kind. By the way, oh wait, is it noted here? I actually need to add oh, it's not noted. Okay. I don't know if I should say it or I'll just say it and just so you know to listen. I should add a little note here. Next time you're on one of our testing servers and you actually use the neon, make sure like there's no battling happening. And listen, as soon as the underwater breathing kicks in, it's basically whenever it would start to hurt you, that's when it kicks in. If you listen very carefully, you'll actually hear scuba breathing. I don't know where the sound came from. It's somewhere in TF2 or, you know, but my dev asked me, hey, do you want to add it where you can hear a little sound? I'm like, hell yeah, that's cool. It's a little detail, but next time if you listen, it's there. I got to add the note. It's like a little, So the next thing is the Loch-n-Load. So yeah, kind of a interesting rework to, you know, it's like, if you look at it, it's like, oh, is this a, hello, Mr. Matthews, it's going all right. It's like, yeah, is this basically the direct hit Loch-n-Load? Yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, do we want to bring back the old Loch-n-Load where it's just a damage thing, you know? So that's what we kind of did, you know, doing the mini crit. You know, we did remove the damage bonus towards buildings. You know, that kind of simulates the bonus damage. So, I mean, the main trick you have to do is you have to just practice. You hit them in their feet, it explodes, pops them up, and then you have to almost immediately like hit them in the air. Like, it's a good 135, so it's a good way to kill anyone that has even overheal. So what we was gonna do was, so there is it's not noted here. I might need to add it as a note, at least on the added side. It won't be mentioned on the full stats, but there is a hidden reload penalty. And right now it's 150% slower, so it's more than double. And we're gonna be reducing it down to 100. It's just because it reloads weirdly because we kind of turned this into kind of a double barrel, like, you know, the double barrel scatter guns, where, you know, if you don't reload, whatever ammo's lost, it's lost. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing, Mr. B. It's just decreasing this penalty. We'll see. I don't want to go lower than that. The lowest I'd probably go is 75. But I may have to do some tests to see how many shots you can get out with the current Loch-n-Load versus this, and we'll see. I'm going to skip this real quick. So this one's just a quality of life thing. At some point, this has to be done through custom coding, or because, so right now, so if you hopefully know this, heavy, we added so every heavy melee weapon from default fist upwards to all of his, we added a plus 33% melee range. That's what sword range is. Well, actually, we did nerf sword range from 37 to 33. But anyway, just a side note, these are the multi-class reskins. For now, these will not have it, because these would give it, if I add this to these weapons, other classes will get it. So, you know, if you happen to use the frying pan or the ejector or whatever, for now, these will not. Keep that in mind. I'll probably add that on the wikis, like, they will eventually get fixed. Well, it's not bugged, it's just, it's how the custom code was worked to make it auto reload. I know, it's a little bugged, but it's like, it does what it's supposed to, so that's the only thing you have to do. I need to drink some water. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so this is just a side note. Okay, no, I need to add the note. Add note on wiki. Yeah. This is technically there's no change here. This is more of a note. Know what? Technically it is. Let me look at the bison. Let's see. Know what? This will be a slot. Know what? This will actually be a slot buff. Because I actually noted this, that there is technically a damage penalty on the bison if you compare it to the shotgun. And I think I'm actually going to be slightly buffing it, just so it's a much easier weird, because that's what it is. It's technically not set mine at 73.3. I think I'm going to be slightly increasing the bison damage from 24 or max of 24 to 27. Not a big deal. Let's see. I think that's a rework for the vaccinator I'm trying to bring up. Okay, so the last thing I'm just going to ask, random thought. Well, I don't want to... No one explain why I need a new negative. Don't explain it, because you kind of you can bypass the only negative that's on the holiday punch. So don't be a meanie and say what it is. So we added some things, and the holiday punch is kind of worth using now. So like, besides the extra melee range, like we added back the ability to pick up your own sandwich for health. That was kind of a thing what sandwiches could do, but now you can do it. And we also made it now that you can actually store crits. If you kill with your primary, you get 1 second, max of 4. Mostly because since we don't have random crits on our servers, on all of our servers, that was the one thing that's kind of required for this to do the crit hit. So the negative I'm talking about is this. So basically, if you taunt kill, you're technically vulnerable, as long as you land it. So that's kind of the first half. But then if you get a non-taunt kill, as in if you kill with the gloves, it makes the user laugh. So I want to replace this negative with a new negative, but I don't know what it should be. Don't say why. I know the reason why. I don't want to state it here because you can abuse it and basically have a weapon that has no real downside. I don't want to do that. So I don't know what it should be. So this is kind of pretty much it. Let's see. Yeah, it's... These are my notes. This is just... I gotta test the durations of the edibles. Like, there's a couple other things. Nothing big... Nothing to bring up now. But yeah, I'm trying to... Yeah, that's what I mean. If not, I'm probably just going to move this up to this section for me to come back to it later for the holiday punch. So I can't really think of a new negative. So this is pretty much the stream. Oh darn! I wish for some strangers and go for 15 more minutes. So I gotta see something. So I'm apparently only streaming in 20 FPS. Did that option output? Let's see. No, is it? No, let's see. So it's not in stream. I'll have to look to make sure. I was having some weird lag day before yesterday whenever I was like doing some gameplay stream just to test. All right. like I said, if no one can really come up with anything, and or is listening, I will probably be ending the stream here. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna wait for any responses since it's a good 30 seconds. So I'll hopefully gotta fix that. I've got all right internet, you know, because I'll say going from being able to stream maybe whatever you consider high quality 360p or 240p, like whatever you consider the highest quality bit rate of that's what I could only stream at. Now I can actually stream at, you know, 720p at 60 frames. So yeah, that's a difference. Okay, so I guess that doesn't actually show up. Maybe if I'm logged in. I'm just testing, make sure that my goof up like reminder that I made 2 days ago it goes away regardless. I think it does. Yeah, I might have messed up on that. See anyone? Is the Pomson? Okay, all right. If anyone has any questions about some weapons, I'll stream for about 14 at most 14 more minutes, as long as if anyone has questions, I will stream that. So the Pomson, or I don't I guess you can say Pomson with. I'm trying to think, how would you say that with the extra P? Pomson. Yes, I would. Oh man, I'm just thirsty. Yeah, the Pomson's good. Like, so we did remove the whole drain effect, but that's on a multi-class shotgun. We removed the damage penalty versus buildings, which is kind of pointless for NG, if you think about it. You know, it makes sense for like soldiers, since he's going after buildings. We technically removed the hidden clip size. That means it's now 6 shots instead of 4. And then just like the Bison, it now fires and reloads at the same speed as a shotgun. 24% increase. Pomson reloads about 4% slower. I believe the Bison reloads 18% slower. They're saying, so the main thing we added was this, which is now if you hit an enemy, based on how far away you are, it will reduce all healing received. As in, if they try to pick up a health pack, if they're getting healed from a medic, it will reduce it. There's a list. If they have some form of health regen, it will reduce that health regen. One of my favorite ones is Pomson. Like P-O-M, Pomson. P-O-M-S-O-N. Pomson. Pomp. You're adding pomp. Anyway, one of the so again, anytime a person gains health, either damage over time or through an effect, heck, if you hit a soldier that has the black box that doesn't have a banner, so they get the health on hit. If you hit a soldier, and then if that soldier attacks an enemy or you, he will get less health due to the Pomson effect. And then technically it mentions reduces minigun healing given. That means if you hit a medic, whatever healing he would give out, that gets reduced. Which that does stack. If you hit a medic and heavy, that heavy will get very little healing. And then the duration and the amount scales. The point blank, it tells right here, point blank will apply to this debuff for 2 seconds, and it will cut down, reduce healing by 50%. And max distance, which I forget how far that is, it might be 1,000 units. It's whatever TF2 considers max distance. It does for 8 seconds for 10%. So yeah, that is it. Like I say, it does health packs, dispensers, any type of medic healing. The conch effect, my milk healing, any type of weapon that will give you health. If you're hit with a Pomson, whatever health you would have received, it gets reduced. So yeah, this is still somewhat situational, but if it has any form of healing, it will cover it. I had to be very thorough on this whenever this is coded. This is custom coding. Yeah. Let's see. What's the let's see. Increase the projectile. It doesn't really need it. It's fine. Yeah, let me look this up. Yeah. So again, I want to be on for about 10 more minutes. And if you have any questions about a certain weapon, feel free to ask. Hi. John, don't be spamming now. I can see you. Yeah, let me bring up projectile speed. I think I can just type out projectile. Projectile. Is it under speed? No, I think it's just under projectile. So the Pomson. So let's see. Oh, that's all right. So there's the Pomson. So it travels at. Let me maximize this. So Pomson. So it travels at 1,200 units, which is, let's see. So 1,200. So if you look, if you make a line where this is, I mean, it's not the slowest projectile. Stuff that's slower. Syringes go slower. Rockets from Sentry's a little slower. The Cow Mangler shot. I guess it's a little slower. It travels. It technically travels a little bit. It travels faster than rockets. So that's what I mean. Like, I don't think it needs it. The Bison. What's the Bison to? Bison. Yeah, it's the same speed as the Bison. So no, it doesn't need it. Like I said, I'm gonna stop in like 8 minutes. I'm going by like my live time, not by like the real time. Got any more questions about a certain weapon? I'll talk about the reasons. Hey, we nerfed the Wrangler. Derp, derp, derp. Don't get me mad. But syringes are spammy and rockets. True. Oh, the Loch-n-Load. Yeah, Luna, I don't know. Did you ever watch the video or play it on our server when we had a Demoman weapon called the Kaboom Stick? And if you don't know if that what I'll just go and say because of the 30-second delay. The Kaboom Stick, the main positive on it, it had a like large like 100% explosion radius basically, and it had a very, very short fuse time in which you could explosive jump very easily. It's almost what this does, because one of the main changes to the Loch-n-Load is now it explodes on surfaces or players. It doesn't fizzle out on the ground. Haya, I'm about to say, is your name backwards? I'm gonna call you Scout Face because I see your Scout Face there. Yeah, that's the reason why we added the minus 100% self-damage force, because we did not want to replicate the problems that weapon had. It felt cheap, and I'm like, we try to make changes. It just didn't work out, and we eventually had to remove it. I believe you can use that weapon on our MVM servers, but it's for only supporters. aka Patreon or key donation. Baby Scout. Like I said, about 5 more minutes. Got any other questions? Oh, I just repositioned myself in my chair. Oh, felt good. Got any more questions? I'll answer them. Mostly about any more changes or whatever. Or I'll just cut it right here. I know I'm super entertaining with this wonderful voice, no background music, and look at this like screen. I know. I think the caber. Thank you, demo phone. I think the caber is a bit too good. True. I will probably. Oh, I can scroll down. So the thing is, in certain scenarios, the caber does less damage than the vanilla version. But with the ability to pick up ammo boxes to restore it and the taunt kill, it makes it better. I'll have to mess around with it. That's the one thing. I mean, one thing we could do is I actually don't know how big the radius of the caber detonation. I mean, if you explode it, I have a feeling it's probably like it's no more than 146 an explosion, or it's like 100. It's like somewhere in there. Like we could decrease it so it's much more tight. Don't make a pun out of that. I'll probably just do some. The thing is, like I did a lot of math of like whenever we just whenever we added this bonus right here, the whole like if you do not have a shield equipped, you do more melee damage, which that doesn't stack with the explosion. That just stacks with like. I mean, when you hit the explosion, there's two damages. There's the damage from the explosion and whatever melee damage. Because the thing is, like, since you don't have a shield for impact, there's some damage that's lost. I'll probably be doing some more math, because these changes that we talked about or whatever we can add, I'll be adding them on the server tonight, or at least in like 8 hours or so, and then I'll announce it. Probably just through Discord. Like I'm not gonna do an announcement like that on the Steam group or YouTube, but I'll do it through Discord. But I'll do some numbers because the thing is, like, since we buffed Demo Knight, or at least impact damage, because Islander, we removed the HES system of like increasing the damage stuff, but we just made shields overall better. So instead of 50 at max, it's 60 now. That's still less what swords would give you, but now it gives you for any melee weapon, or basically. How come the caber couldn't taunt kill? I know. Sorry, 1 second. Why? That's my. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Is it because it's because of the explosion? But the thing is, the funny thing is. Do you want to know how we actually use a plugin for the caber for the taunt kill thing? Do you want to know how old it is? It is no. Let me bring it up. Actually, excuse me. Now I got the hiccups. Let me bring it up real quick. This plugin is super old, and luckily it works still. If I can type the word caber. Let's see. Taunt kill caber. Look how old this is. It's not crazy old, but it's like 2012. It's coming up like it's now slightly more than 6 years old. But the thing is, they could have done the thing that we did, which is implemented in that plugin, is that which says it right here. You can taunt kill. Oh, I guess I got a note. No, I mean it basically tells you weapon can't talk. Weapon can taunt kill, but deals reduced damage if caber is currently exploded. That means, if you taunt kill, you don't do another explosion. It's just the damage itself. It does. I think we have it at set 125. I made sure that if you happen to taunt kill, you can kill a 125 class as long as they don't have any overheal. So. That's what they could have done. Our weapon recharge system, that's completely separate, but the taunt kill, it should have. Let's see. Yeah. Thank you for the. Let's see. Remove the speed boost when you take damage. That. Like I say, Mr. B, don't forget to bring that up in the Discord. This is just my general idea. So our idea for the tie turner is. It's even beforehand, since it has the turning control, this is the mobility shield, basically. And that's what we did. It's the mobility shield. And I think I'm the one that asked Rail, I was like, what do you think of this idea? And we're like, he liked it too. And that's what we added about the whole, like, you just gain a 1 second speed boost, no cooldown anytime you take damage. So, it's kind of like having not having your charge ready, you know, kinda. That's the reason why. If you're talking about like can't aim as if an enemy's trying to attack a tie turner, you know, we could. I don't want to remove it. Like the closest I can think of would be maybe the reduction of push force. So maybe that's my thought. That's my thought. I'm going to move on. So let's see, demo phone, real quick. I'm not sure if it's but it was testing out that can't talk. It was testing out the Shortstop a week or so ago, but I don't think the bonus health works. It should. If he did it with I know why. Because it's part of the first line, which is when the weapon's active and doing the objective. Because we made this overall kind of better than the previous version, but we made it a little bit more situational where you have to be doing the objective, which tells you right here, pushing a payload, doing capturing a control point, holding the objective, in which bonus healing. This is the only thing. I can't talk. This is the only thing that would count towards healing for Scout, which is health pack, dispenser's payload, man milk, crusader crossbow, or rest the medic. Like he doesn't have anything else that gives him health, so this is the only thing that would go for Scout. Because you know you could say pretty boys, but that you can't have that weapon out. So that's the reason why you weren't getting health. I promise it's working. This right here. This was all custom made. This objective and healing thing. It was so finicky, but I know it works. So Mr. B, this is your response from the tie turner. But when you combat with a grenade launcher, then you suddenly take damage. Oh. That can't be indirectly fixed unless that attribute's removed. I see what you're talking about. I don't know. It's fine if you go full Demoman, but then with the grenade launcher, I don't know how to answer that. Maybe. All right, let's see. Oh, I am so thirsty. I'm even drinking like nice cold water. I put salt in the water. That's why. Maybe you gain very little. Sorry. Oh no, that would. I think that would completely counter the negative because we had to. Okay, long story short, I 100% wanted to remove. So Tide pods. I actually want to remove the whole taking damage thing because since we removed the resistances, and I was actually going to add what was it? There was a new negative. I don't remember. But the thing is, this right here, this attribute's on the tie turner. This is hard coded to go with the mini crit hit. Like if I was going to remove that, it was going to allow full crit hit, and I think that was what we was going to do. And the negative, that's right, the negative I was going to add was less impact damage. Whoa, that's just a lot. Why is it doing a? Whoa, geez, is this laggy or wait? Why is it showing there? But that talking is not shown there. Okay, let me go back to the stream. Jeez, that's like a big old blocks of text that just came out of nowhere. Real quick, man. Okay, no, okay, that was just the chat lag. Jeez, that scared me. But yeah, so. What you would say, Mr. B, it would counter this negative, which I would say no to. Let's see, Temple, and when Ring of yeah. The problem is, it could be moved. Maybe I'll have to mess around. Oh man, Okay. You know that on the edibles or this or buffalo, I'm going in the wrong direction. And second banana and the what is buffalo duckless bar. These have new effects. I mean, duckless bar kind of still goes with health. Like that's Oh, when it's recharging. You know what? I'm actually gonna copy that. I'll bring that up with Rail. Feel free to still put that in the Discord just in case if I forget. Okay, copy that. I'm gonna copy your name. Sometimes I need to kind of credit where some of these ideas came from, but it's kind of hard to keep track of. Okay, and this is for Tide Turner. Tide Tuner. Okay, so but anyway, but the one thing we noted that all three of these have a new visual. So now if you're like if you have if you have some effect on you, hopefully every official weapon now has that. I got to make sure that there's some form of indication. But yeah, going through the list of particle effects in the game, oh my goodness, it was a lot. But I'll look. We'll see. So quick question. Let's see. Quick question. Yeah, thank you for the quick question. I'll kind of keep going once you get it. Was the gunslinger? Yes, that's what I'm assuming. That's what you saw, right? So gunslinger. So yeah. It was around 8. It was slightly longer than melee attack speed, which is melee attack speed is every 0.8 seconds. So it was around that. But yeah, it was nearly doubled. You can actually let go of your mouse and like click, 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 and it will still count because I wanted to kind of buff the gunslinger but not touch the mini sentry, and like it's all these bonuses right here. I don't want to do extra health. 25 is enough. Possibly the build speed, but I think that would indirectly buff the mini sentry. So I was like, we'll just do the I don't want to add a fourth thing. So I was like, well, make the punch more fun to use. It still has the same system where if you miss, not really miss, but like, well, I guess yeah, if you miss, it resets, or after 1.5 seconds, like that's still a thing if you miss that or the time. So. Anything else? Time to wait 30 seconds. It's 3 o'clock already for me. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna step away for probably for 30 seconds, almost for my next comment. And if no one really has any other thoughts, I'll be going to end the stream. I'll probably keep this unlisted for now, and I gotta see. Again, because I kind of messed up starting the event, kinda. Okay, hold on. Let me read your comment, Temple. Could the second bananas recharge be slightly shorter? It's a little good. Turning any minigun essentially into the brass beast temporarily. Probably no. I mean, it is already. Oh wait, slightly. Oh no, wait, slightly shorter. It is 30. It's 20 seconds right now. Right? You know that, right? Do you mean longer? You mean longer to 25? Okay, I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna wait for that thought. I'll be right back. Now you're gonna hear me from way over here. Hopefully you should still hear me because I've got a snowball microphone and it's really good. I'm up in the mountains. Ricola. Okay, I'm almost sitting down. Okay, any last comments? Oh, sorry. I'm just grabbing what I'm gonna eat in a second. Okay, didn't know that. I have something, but yeah, I think I'm gonna call the stream here. That's pretty much it. I'll try to do better, trying to figure out the best way to announce this. Yeah, I mean, well, we'll see. But yeah, well, I'll probably do these minimal every 2 weeks or so. It's gonna, because the thing is, like, I keep wanting new. I truly want new input, and so we can keep tweaking these. That's the goal. Just kind of keep tweaking, and because that's the one thing that some of my staff has told me is, like, now they're starting to see an actual weapon variety. So it's like that's a good thing. Like, you see it just about, you don't see everyone just using a certain thing. You kind of see a little bit of everything. That's a good thing. But yeah, about every 2 weeks, probably on. I might try maybe in the evening on Friday. I'm not sure. I gotta try it on the same day. So I might try in the evening because schooling. Anyone who has school is gonna start coming up very soon. So. I have no idea. I've been out of school for quite a while. Not quite a while, but a couple years. So I don't. Who knows if it's been if it's quicker in August or later. So, yeah. So yeah, Mr. B, please post all that in the Discord and probably the ideas section, and then we'll see whoever discusses will be in that other part. But all right, I hope everyone will have a good rest of the day. Be sure to follow the scene group, follow the Discord. I have just about every form of social media. Again, we want more input. Come by the servers. We put a lot of time into this, and yeah, we just I don't want to have to stop this because there's like hardly enough people on. So I can't wait to see these. For now, they will be. The only reason why they're not is because custom weapons. That's the main reason why. Both the servers both the testing servers, I did increase. They were like 16 count. I did bump them up to 24, their normal size. But one positive thing about the testing server is, download-wise, the models aren't. Thank you, Temple. I appreciate that. I really do. Even with it kind of makes me feel a little bit better, but night, Mr. B, makes me feel a little bit better because I thought with having 2 days of advance notice, and I'm unsure my audience, I'm really unsure about it, because if I'm like, well, if half of 1% of my audience shows up of my subscriber count, it'd be like 30 people. But, I don't know what the total actual number of people who showed up. So, that's the thing. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's just my presentation or my voice. Gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta think of something really rednecky. But you get the joke. Alright. I guess everyone have a good rest of the day. And I'll see you in the next time on the server or in the next video. See you.